So today is a podcast production day for me in London. I want to take you along with me. So the first thing I need to do before I go is check that all the gear is working, because I haven't used this stuff for a little while. I don't want to show up and have it not work, because that has happened before. Testing. This is microphone 2. Always give my cat some dreamies before I go.
Hey buddy, do you want some of these?
Here we go. Here he is.
Hey mate, see you.
How are you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
You alright?
So I've made it here to London with the Uncensored CMO himself. We just walk into the office now so we can record the pod. Alright, I'm going to set it up over there.
Oh yeah, you go. Where do you want to be?
For in-person podcasts, I stick to the Shure SM7B microphones. They were the first podcast microphones I bought, and they are still fantastic.
James is vlogging, by the way, so you suddenly hear him go, and here I am today interviewing the wonderful people that are.
You're doing business.
Oh yeah, he's... Given your sort of bootstrapped at the time, how did you find B&B? How did the design come about, and how did you afford to bring in a team as talented as them?
Yeah, and I think the design world, again, as someone who, like I said, knew nothing about business.
So that's it, all done. Podcast recording finished. John, how do you think that went?
Awesome. Another good day working with the maestro over here, Mr. Podcast himself, James McKinnon.
How do you prefer recording in person than over Zoom?
Always in person, much better rapport, higher energy, pick up on the nuances, easier conversation flows, more creative. If you can record in person, always do.
Couldn't agree more. So that is my day pretty much over. It's only about 11. I'm in this pretty cool place in St Pancras called Cold Drops Yard. Just before I get my train, I left this bag here a few weeks ago at a restaurant, and they were open at 11 to let me get it back. So I'm pleased about that. Now I'm going to grab some lunch from Tortilla, a nice little burrito bowl, and get my train home. And I've made it back to the car. So after my day in London, come down here to driving range. The joys of being indie this. I've now got an Indie Bites episode to record with my friend Val, which I'm excited for. Let's get into it. So what crazy stuff are you doing?
So I want to create like a billboard in front of like a big card factory shop in London or something.
Take me back to what you did before Thankbox, and then where the idea came from to you launching it.
Before Thankbox, I mostly did contracting work for various different teams. So I'd been in...
So my final call, and pretty much my final action of today, is to record my brand new podcast with Dan Rowden. We've called it No More Mondays. This is the first time we've spoken in a little while. It's going to be raw, authentic, indie building content. You know what? Just even seeing the Blue Yeti gives me shivers. So why start a podcast? Why does the world need another two bootstrappers talk about building their project podcast.
It doesn't need another one, but I like audio as a medium. I was always into radio growing up, and I did audio as part of my degree as well. And yeah, then I ran a different podcast before called Mag Heroes, if anyone wants to go check that out. It's about magazines. It's just like podcasts as a thing, and I haven't really had much time in the last few years to kind of think about it all.
Okay, so that is my podcast with Dan finished. That was a really fun chat. As expected, it started off quite slow. Like, we didn't really know what we were going to say, and we warmed up over the episode. The end got good, but the best chat was when we stopped recording. This happens with so many podcasts that the best bit is when you stop recording. So it's okay. I think over a few episodes, we'll start to get more comfortable with just sharing those much more candid thoughts directly in the episode. But it was fun catching up with Dan. I'm now going to end my day going to see my baby niece, who's a little legend, and I'll let her end the vlog for us.
Who else can you hear?
Hello! Doug! Hi, River.
Say hiya.
Can you end my vlog, please?
Da.
To celebrate such a wonderful day, I've got a chicken Big Mac that I'm going to test out for you now, live on camera. See what this bad boy's like. Pretty good. I rate that.